Russia announces further cuts in gas supplies, and shortly thereafter, the message from Brussels came in. An emergency plan is ready for approval. According to information from the German press agency, representatives of EU member states have agreed on an emergency plan to reduce gas consumption. It is to be officially confirmed today when I'm filming this at a special meeting of energy ministers in Brussels and reduce the risks that could arise from a complete disruption of Russian gas supplies. As diplomats confirmed to DPA on Tuesday night, the plan, as proposed by the EU Commission, envisages a voluntary reduction in national consumption by 15% between August 1st and March 31st in 2023. In addition, the possibility should be created to trigger a union alarm in the event of far-reaching supply bottlenecks and to set binding savings target. Compared to the Commission's first draft, however, there are significantly more possible exceptions, and the hurdles for the introduction of binding saving targets have also been increased. The latter should only be able to be enforced by the Council of Member States and not by the EU Commission. In concrete terms, this means that a Commission proposal for binding saving targets needs the approval of a group of 15 of the 27 EU countries. In addition, these must together make up at least 65% of the total population of the Union. Derogations should provide, for example, that countries such as Cyprus, Malta, and Ireland should not be obliged to save gas as long as they are not directly connected to the gas network of another member state. In other countries, for example, efforts to store gas, an impending electricity crisis, and the consumption of gas as a raw material for the production of fertilizers, for example, should be able to reduce the mandatory savings. The decision-making process for the revised plan is expected to begin today when I'm filming at a special meeting of energy ministers. This also requires a qualified majority, which according to diplomats should, however, be achieved without any problems. The deliberations of the permanent representatives of the member states have shown that the majority of the countries consider solidarity to be extremely important and want to save gas, it said. In addition to Hungary, only 3 other member states have recently expressed major reservations. Surprise, surprise. Germany supports the emergency plans as one of the countries that are currently still heavily dependent on Russian gas supplies. German Economics Minister Robert Habeck is expected to attend the special meeting on behalf of the federal government. The Greens politician accused Russian President Vladimir Putin of perfidious play on Monday evening because of the announced further cuts in gas supplies. Putin is trying to weaken the great support for Ukraine and to drive a wedge in German society, which won't happen, by the way. In return, he stirs up uncertainty and drives up prices. There are no technical reasons for the delivery cuts. The Russian gas company Gazprom had just announced that it would reduce deliveries through the Nord Stream 1 Baltic Sea pipeline from the current 40% to 20% of maximum capacity. Only 33 million cubic meters of gas should then flow through the most important supply pipeline to Germany every day. The reason was, as they say, the repair of another turbine. The EU Commission sees the announcement as evidence of the need for joint European emergency planning. It was precisely this type of scenario that prompted Commission President Ursula von der Leyen and the College to present a proposal for solidarity in saving gas. That's what a spokesman said on Monday evening in Brussels. The development confirms their analysis and is hoped that the Council of Member States will decide on an appropriate answer today. And President von der Leyen recently pointed out that Russia is already only delivering gas in part, or sometimes not at all, in 12 member states. That's why Europe has to be prepared for the worst-case scenario, a complete stop to gas supplies sooner or later. That's what she told the German press agency. Von der Leyen countered critics of her emergency plans that the effects of a Russian supply freeze on all EU countries would be enormous, no matter how much gas they actually get from Russia. Even member states that hardly purchase Russian gas cannot escape the consequences of a possible delivery stop in our internal market, she said. And I must say she's quite right at that point. And I'll see you in my next video. Ich komme wieder.